cats. Fluffy, elegant, chaotic at 3 a.m. But behind all that cuteness lies some of the strangest, most unexpected origin stories in the animal world. Today, we're diving into the hidden history of modern cat breeds, stories involving accidents, ancient civilizations, and even a few cats who basically invented their own breeds without asking anyone's permission. Welcome to Untamed Vibes! If you thought cats were already fascinating, just wait. Their backstories are even wilder. Number 1, the Sphynx, the accidental bald icon. Let's start with a breed that sparks confusion, curiosity, and sometimes fear in people who aren't prepared for its unique look, the Sphynx. Believe it or not, the Sphynx wasn't created by scientists, ancient Egyptians, or some bald cat enthusiast. Nope, this breed started because of a random genetic mutation in Canada during the 1960s. A regular house cat simply gave birth to a hairless kitten. Nature basically said, let's try something new. Breeders saw the potential, and through careful, ethical breeding, the Sphynx became one of the most beloved bald cats today. And if you've ever touched one, yes, they really do feel like a warm peach. A peach that demands constant attention. I'll sneak in a little fun fact. Fun fact. Did you know that the earliest evidence of cat domestication comes from a 9,500-year-old grave in Cyprus, where a human was buried right beside their cat? This shows that humans didn't just tolerate cats, they deeply valued them thousands of years before modern breeds existed. Early cats weren't selectively bred, they simply hung around humans because grain attracted mice, and cats thought it was the perfect buffet. In a way, cats domesticated themselves. And honestly, that sounds exactly like something a cat would do. Okay, let's go to the next cat. Number 2, the Bengal, the wild hybrid you didn't know existed. Next up is the Bengal, a cat so beautiful that people sometimes refuse to believe it's real. And honestly, fair. The Bengal was created by crossing domestic cats with the Asian leopard cat. Yep, this breed is literally half wild, or at least it started that way. The goal was to create a domestic cat with a wild appearance, but a cuddly personality. Did it work? Mostly. Bengals are affectionate, loyal, and incredibly smart, but they also act like they have a PhD in chaos. If a Bengal goes missing in your house, check the highest shelf, your fridge, or anywhere that looks impossible to reach. Sometimes the origin of a color is more interesting than the origin of a breed. For example, the famous orange cat, often linked to Garfield-level mischief, is the result of a mutation carried on the X chromosome. This is why most orange cats are male. Meanwhile, calico and tortoiseshell patterns require 2 X chromosomes, so they're almost always female. Nature basically said, let's give the boys the bold orange energy and the girls the artistic multicolor coats. Did you know cats sleep 15 hours a day? Truly living my dream. Up next is number 3, the Maine Coon, the giant with a mythical past. Now let's talk about the gentle giant, the Maine Coon. These cats are so large that people joke they're part raccoon, part lynx, and part Norwegian forest troll. Reality check, none of that is true, but their origins are mysterious. The most accepted theory is that long-haired cats from Europe arrived in North America on ships, possibly brought by Vikings, then adapted to the harsh climate of Maine. Over generations, they developed thick coats, big paws that act like snowshoes, and personalities so friendly that people genuinely forget they're predators. One thing's certain, if you own a Maine Coon, you also own a personal shadow that follows you everywhere like an oversized furry bodyguard.
Dogs were bred for jobs, hunting, guarding, herding. Cats? Not so much. They didn't need a resume to be appreciated. As a result, breeding didn't drastically alter their bodies or personalities. Even the most specialized cat breeds still behave in remarkably similar ways. Whether you're looking at a Maine Coon, a Bengal, or a ragdoll, they're all still highly skilled predators who occasionally knock things off the table for fun. Number 4. The Munchkin, the short-legged cat with a controversial start. Meet the Munchkin, the cat with tiny legs and a huge personality. Their breed started when a woman in Louisiana found 2 short-legged cats under her car in the 1980s. Those cats carried a natural genetic mutation that caused their small stature. And yes, debates about this breed continue today. Some argue that the short legs are unethical. Others say Munchkins live perfectly normal, playful lives. What's undeniable is that Munchkins zip around like furry, low-to-the-ground race cars. And honestly, it's adorable. Did you know? Ancient sailors, merchants, and travelers played a massive role in spreading cat genetics around the world. Cats were kept on ships to control rodents, and as boats traveled across continents, cats unknowingly became global citizens. This is why some breeds, like the Norwegian forest cat, come from cold, rugged environments, while others, like the Siamese, developed in tropical royal palaces. The entire map of cat breeds is essentially a furry timeline of human history. Okay, let's go to our next cat. Number 5. The Ragdoll, the cat that goes limp like a toy. The Ragdoll might be the chillest cat breed on Earth. Their name comes from their tendency to go completely limp when picked up, like someone unplugged their battery. The breed started in California in the 1960s when a long-haired domestic cat named Josephine had kittens with unusually calm and gentle temperaments. Breeders noticed this relaxed behavior and developed the Ragdoll breed. Today, Ragdolls are known as the soft, fluffy teddy bears of the cat world. They follow you around, they flop when you hold them, and they give the kind of emotional support you never asked for, but desperately needed. Another fun fact. Despite all the coat colors, face shapes, tail lengths, and ear types, modern domestic cats share 99% of their DNA with the African wildcat. This means even the fluffiest Persian or tiniest Singapora still carries the instincts of a stealthy desert hunter. That's why they stare at walls, pounce on imaginary enemies, and treat your 3 a.m. footsteps like prey movements. Wild at heart, even in a pink sweater. Number 6, the Savannah, the supermodel cat with cheetah vibes. And finally, the Savannah, one of the most exotic-looking domestic cat breeds ever created. These cats are tall, elegant, spotted, and walk around as if they own the land because they believe they do. The Savannah was developed by crossing domestic cats with the African serval, a wildcat known for its long legs and insane jumping ability. The result? A cat that can jump higher than your dignity after you trip in public. Savannahs are smart, loyal, and often behave more like dogs than cats. They're adventurous, curious, and sometimes a little too athletic for the average household shelf. Despite how modern and polished many cat breeds look today, the truth is that most of them are shockingly young. In fact, the vast majority of the cat breeds we know, like the Scottish Fold, Sphynx, Ragdoll, Bengal, and even the elegant Siamese, were developed within the last 100 to 150 years, which is practically yesterday in evolutionary time. What makes this even more fascinating is that genetically, domestic cats are almost identical to their wild ancestor, the African wildcat. Humans didn't really create cats the way we did with dogs. Instead, cats arrived on their own terms, and only later did breeders start shaping them into the unique and sometimes unusual breeds we see today. So while a Bengal may look like a tiny leopard and a Sphynx like a futuristic alien, under all that variety, they're all basically ancient wildcats dressed up in modern packaging. Pretty impressive for a species that domesticated us instead of the other way around. So, whether a breed started accidentally, came from ancient lands, or resulted from mixing domestic cats with wild ones, one thing is clear. Modern cats have origins as fascinating as their personalities. Thanks for watching the strange and unexpected origins of modern cat breeds. If you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to like, subscribe, and drop your favorite breed in the comments. And remember, stay curious, stay wild, and stay untamed.